Hi, I'm here to talk to you today about craft beer and why you should drink it. If you're drinking it already, good for you, you're doing something good. If you're not, you're missing out. Craft beer is a term I know you've heard. It's those mad scientist brewers, and they're using all sorts of strange ingredients to make weird beers. In reality, it refers to local independent brewers. They're creating locally sourced and creative beers that vary in style, flavor, and production process. Craft brewers vow they only use the best ingredients in their processes. Let's look at three of the big heavyweights. We've got Budweiser, we've got Molson Canadian, and we've got Alexander Keith's. Not a single one of them listed an ingredient on their labels. Let's look at three independent brewers. We've got Muskoka Mad Tom IPA. They say right on the can, water, malted hops, barley, and yeast. The Beau's Lug Tread, local spring water, organic barley and malt wheats. We are looking at organic hops and brewer's yeast. Let's look at Cause and Effect by Nickelbrook Brewery. Water, malted barley, hops, and yeast. Interesting. This can even tells you exactly what's in it. What types of hops, what types of yeast. Pretty interesting stuff. They're breaking it down to an exact science. Even though the big three, Molson, Labatt's, and Sleeman's, they still dominate the market, craft beer is starting to pick up steam. It's getting about 12% of the market share. There's a large group of the population now that's adding members each day that definitively stick to their guns and drink nothing but, and support nothing but, their local and global craft beer scene. It's true, the world is now filled with beer snobs. People care what's in their drink. You wouldn't eat what you didn't know about. Why would you drink if you don't know what's in it? It's a global phenomenon. In terms of history, Ontario is a little behind the times. Even though craft breweries have been around for years, the idea of craft beer is still a fairly new term to the GTA. People young and old are now turning their noses up to drinking something like a Heineken. Now they're looking for something a little more eclectic. Maybe a 100th Meridian Lager from Mill Street. In Barrie alone, there are 4 breweries I know of. It seems to be me that a new one is opening every week in a different town across Ontario. It's been shown to us over and over again, though, that drinking a Labatt's, a Canadian, or a Sleeman's, it seems to be part of the Canadian identity. Truth is, these companies aren't even Canadian anymore. They're huge conglomerations owned by big breweries from around the world. AB InBev, Sapporo, they're some of the biggest breweries in the world. Anheuser-Busch owns Budweiser. They're the biggest. What's more Canadian in your mind than supporting your fellow hardworking man who tirelessly strives for perfection and wants to create something they're proud of? You really should start drinking craft beer already. I can't believe you haven't. I've switched most of my family over myself. Sure, they make some interesting beers to say the least. They go beyond the traditional approach. Collective Arts. They make a Ransack the Universe Hemisphere IPA. Barking Squirrel. They make a lager. It's a little more nutty than what you're expecting. Amsterdam Brewery, a big Toronto brewery, makes an all-day cruiser pale ale on top of multiple other beers. They've all got something for you. If you don't like an IPA, you might like a lager. If you don't like a lager, you might like a stout. What they're famous for, the craft brewers, is giving you a selection. Most of their 6-packs give you one of each of something they make, maybe 5 of their big ones, and a seasonal beer to try. You never know. You can fall in love all the time. These beers aren't mass-produced to meet production demands either. They're carefully crafted. A lot of attention and a lot of detail is put into these beers. It's a science. They've broken it down. They're using molecular structure to create something that you'll enjoy. By supporting craft brewers, you're also supporting a Canadian entrepreneur. Please, we need these guys around. The choice is pretty clear. Almost every town has its own. You just gotta look. 2 in Newmarket alone, where I live. One just opened in Markham. There's one in Gravenhurst. There's a few in Guelph. Sleeman's is in Guelph, but right down the road, there's independent guys making great beers that you'll love. There seems to be 100 in Toronto alone. A new one popping up every week. These are just a few reasons why you should drink craft beer. We could be here all day and not even scratch the surface. We haven't even gone into flavors, glassware, or even the cool labels that they come. Look, this one's got a tiger. It's not a fad, it's a lifestyle. You've got to start drinking craft beer. I dare you. If you don't like one, you can come find me. I'll pay for it.